Have you ever pondered the cyclical nature of worldly events as depicted in various religions and philosophies? In our day-to-day lives, we tend to view time as linear, a constant and unyielding march from the past through the present and into the future. But what if I told you that there are alternative views, ones that consider time not as a straight line, but as a cyclical phenomenon, an eternal cycle of creation, preservation, and dissolution? In the realm of religious and philosophical beliefs, this cyclical concept of time is not uncommon. Let's take a look at a few of them. Hinduism and Buddhism propose the idea of time as an endless wheel, with life, death, and rebirth happening in a continuous loop. This cyclical worldview is not only limited to these philosophies. Ancient civilizations like the Mayans and the Hopi also understood the cyclical nature of time. Their prophecies, like the 10th prophecy or the eagle and condor prophecy, tell tales of recurring epics of destruction and rebirth. Ancient Egyptian and Greek beliefs, on the other hand, saw life as a cycle of birth, growth, decline, and death, only to be reborn anew. This is reflected in their mythology, where gods and heroes often undergo cycles of death and rebirth. Then there's Taoism, a philosophy that emphasizes harmony with the Tao, or the way of the universe. It sees existence as a cycle of yin and yang, a balance of opposites where everything that exists has a counterpart, and change is the only constant. These diverse beliefs, though different in their specifics, all share the core idea of cyclical existence. They encourage us to look beyond our linear perception of time, to see the world not as a straight path, but as a circle, endlessly turning. The reason that we know that everything is going to be okay is because what we are going through has happened many times before, and we know what happens next. A rebirth, a period of prosperity and enlightenment, and a period of peace and kindness to all. Let's look closer into some of these beliefs. Pay close attention to the similarities and differences, and how they resonate with your own understanding of time and existence. Now, let's shift our focus to the prophecies that these belief systems predict for the upcoming year. First, let's consider the wisdom of Hinduism and Buddhism. These religions believe in a cyclical nature of existence, with epics of creation, preservation, and destruction. In 2024, scholars believe that we are nearing the end of the Kali Yuga, a period marked by strife and discord. Following this, the world will enter a new cycle of peace and enlightenment, known as the Satya Yuga. But don't expect to be in utopia tomorrow. The ascension from Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga is about 6,000 years. We should be through the transitional exit of Kali Yuga in 2025, so things are going to get much better and better and better until the descent of Satya thousands of years from now. Next, we will look at the prophetic wisdom of the Mayan and Hopi civilizations. Both cultures have intriguing prophecies for the coming year. The Hopi's 10th prophecy, for instance, speaks of a time of purification triggered by celestial events. With the upcoming eclipse, some believe this purification is imminent. The eagle and the condor prophecy elaborates on this period of purification. It is an ancient indigenous prophecy originating from the Andean and Amazonian regions of South America, a vision that has been passed down through generations among various indigenous tribes. The prophecy foretells a time of great transformation and harmony for humanity. It speaks of two birds, the eagle representing the northern hemisphere and the condor representing the southern hemisphere. According to the prophecy, these two birds will come together to fly in the same sky, symbolizing a period of unity, understanding, and cooperation between different cultures and peoples. Especially significant is the eagle, representing the modern Western world with its technological advancements and material wealth. The eagle is said to possess the intellect and the power of the mind. Conversely, the condor represents the indigenous peoples of the Americas and is associated with spiritual wisdom, intuition, and our connection to the earth. The prophecy is that the technology of the West will unite with the spirituality of the East and fly together. This is exactly what we are being told about the medbeds of the future. The technology will enhance the universal spirit. Once this merger between the strength of the eagle and the wisdom of the condor occurs, a new era of enlightenment, respect for nature, and unity among all peoples will follow. Next, let's touch on the ancient Egyptians. Cycles were deeply ingrained in their cosmic worldview. In the coming year, some anticipate a resurgence of Ma'at, the principle of truth, balance, and cosmic order. Similarly, in Greek mythology, the return of the Golden Age, a time of peace and prosperity, is anticipated. These prophecies reflect spiritual and philosophical beliefs of these cultures. Just as Christians may find their guidance in the Bible, other cultures find theirs in ancient teachings, both written and handed down. Neither is right or wrong. They are divergent beliefs that, when joined together, can create very powerful outcomes. Personally, I am 1/8 Chickamauga Cherokee and proud of it. My silly husband calls it the Chipmunk Nation. My ancestors seceded from the nation and refused to give up any more land on empty promises. They scattered into the mountains and escaped the Trail of Tears. I have their spirit and their thirst to connect to something bigger than myself. A number of years back, one of the most notable experts on Chickamauga Cherokees told me to follow the red-tailed hawk, which means to follow my spirit, and I have done that. Today, I look for the eagle and the condor to usher the world into a better place. Did you know that an eclipse can have a profound impact on these prophecies? Yes, indeed, the celestial event of an eclipse holds a deep significance across diverse belief systems and philosophies. In many cultures, an eclipse is seen as a cosmic alignment, a powerful moment when the energies of the sun and the moon intersect, often considered a time of transformation and change. Let's delve a little deeper into how different philosophies interpret this phenomenon. Hinduism, for instance, views eclipses as a time of contemplation and inner cleansing. An eclipse is believed to be a moment when the energies of the universe are heightened, offering an opportunity for spiritual elevation. In the Mayan civilization, eclipses were interpreted as a manifestation of the cyclical nature of time and existence. The alignment of the sun and the moon was considered a moment of divine interaction, a symbol of the eternal dance of cosmic forces. Similarly, the Hopi's 10th prophecy, also known as the Eagle and Condor prophecy, talks about a time of great change, which some interpret as aligning with significant celestial events such as eclipses. The prophecy speaks of a time when humanity will have the opportunity to shift from an era of disconnection and destruction to one of reunification and healing, a transformation that echoes the symbolic transformation often associated with eclipses. Ancient Egyptians and Greeks viewed eclipses with awe and reverence, seeing them as powerful omens. In Taoism, an eclipse is seen as a time when the yin and yang, the two fundamental forces of the universe, intersect, creating a unique balance of energies. So, as we delve into the significance of an eclipse across these diverse philosophies, it becomes clear that this celestial event is universally viewed as a transformative moment, a time of change and potential growth. As we await the eclipse, consider how its occurrence might influence the unfolding of these prophecies. As we approach the end of our journey, let's reflect on what lies ahead. In the year to come, we're going to witness the culmination of many of the cyclical events we've discussed. From the prophecies of the Mayans and Hopi civilizations, to the wisdom of ancient Greek and Egyptian philosophies, and the teachings of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, we stand on the brink of a year that promises to be unlike any other. The upcoming eclipse, a celestial event of grand scale, is expected to play a pivotal role. As we've learned, many of these philosophies and religions view such cosmic alignments as significant markers in the cyclical nature of existence. They're seen as moments of great change, of endings and beginnings, of death and rebirth. But what does this mean for us on a personal level? How do we navigate the year ahead, armed with this knowledge? Well, regardless of our individual beliefs or spiritual inclinations, we can all learn something valuable from these cyclical philosophies. They remind us of the impermanence of all things, of the constant ebb and flow of life. They teach us to embrace change, to find balance in chaos, and to seek wisdom in the midst of uncertainty. As we move into this new cycle, let's carry these lessons with us. Let's strive to live mindfully, to respect the natural rhythms of the universe, and to find peace in the knowledge that every end is but a new beginning. So as we stand on the threshold of the upcoming year, let's look forward with anticipation, with curiosity, with hope. Because remember, we're not just passive observers in this cosmic dance. We're active participants, shaping and being shaped by the cycles of existence. As we navigate the cyclical currents of time, remember that our understanding and interpretation of these cycles can shape our experience of the world. Before we part ways, a final thought to ponder. There is one philosophy that also believes in cyclical timeline of existence, and that is Luciferian beliefs. You can be certain that these people will be trying to use the eclipse of the sun to further their agendas, but we outnumber them, and much of the hype or terror scenarios are just that. They are a way to create negative energies, such as fear and disempowerment, which the demons feed on. In my next video, I will expose these attempts to create these negative energies throughout the world. I hope that as we move into the next year, we can carry with us the wisdom of these cycles that we discussed today. How might we embrace the upcoming changes and challenges in our own lives? How can we find peace in the certainty of uncertainty? These are not questions with concrete answers, but rather invitations to deepen our spiritual journey. Our ability to weather these times are directly related to our spiritual growth. This will give you patience, peace, and hope. As we continue our journey through the cycles of time, let's remember that every end is a new beginning, and our world is entering this new beginning. So repent and atone for your disconnection from Source and embrace its guidance. This video was inspired by Sasha Stone. He has a lot of people with great wisdom. I will put a link to his channel as well as image credits in the description of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and check out tomorrow's third video of this 4-part series on the Great American Eclipse of 2024.